Welcome to the On Deck podcast presented by LineStar. I'm Shannon Sommerville here with Tyler Wiemann, my wonderful co-host on this Tuesday, June 7th. It's National Caring Day.
It's a wonderful
Did you know that?
day.
It's a wonderful day. We've got a wonderful slate of fantasy baseball for you. We'll go over your top plays for today. We'll also go over some prop bets. But seeing as it is National Caring Day, you brought this story to my attention today that I just have to share with the world, okay?
Yes.
So you might be aware that Max Scherzer got bit by his dog on his pitching hand. He's actually out with a different injury, nonetheless, because his dog got hurt. Anyways, he's fine. Dog's fine. All good. So he and his wife, both dog lovers, are sponsoring the adoption fees for all dogs over 30 pounds adopted from St. Hubert's, which is an animal center in New Jersey, now through June 12th. So if you're in that area, go pick up a dog. And a personal note, I actually, when you sent this to me, I said, I know St. Hubert's.
Yeah.
I went to a day camp there when I was little.
Holds a special place in your heart.
I'm a Jersey native, so that's my old stomping grounds. So let's get into today's slate, shall we?
Let's do it.
We got a good one today. Lots of great pitchers on the hill today. So in our chalk report, talking about high-owned pitchers, we'll start off with Giants lefty Carlos Rodon going up against the Rockies today. He's 39% owned on DraftKings, 30% owned on FanDuel. And, I mean, he's been awesome, right? 3.44 ERA, 2.33 opponent average. And, of course, much better at the friendly confines for pitchers of Oracle Park. But the Rockies are good. So is this a play that you'd be interested in or possibly fading?
I mean, Rodon started out the year like crazy good.
Yeah.
So he has came back to earth a little bit.
Yep.
I do like him though today, but there are some things where everybody says like, oh, you can play Colorado once they're away from Colorado. You can use your pitcher against them, but there's still a top 10 offense away from Colorado versus lefties.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think people forget that
They do
they
strike
can
out
hit.
a little bit more when they're away, though.
Okay.
21.6% strikeout rate away. When they're at home, it's only a 19%. So anyways, you can go against them. Colorado is good, though. Rodon is human. He isn't as good as he started out the season. I should say he is that good, but he's faltered a little bit. 3.74 FIP over the last 5. And over that time, he also had a 5.61 ERA. So I think he did get a little bit unlucky. He is still a very good pitcher, great strikeout stuff. And the one other thing I'd like to add is just in 55 plate attempts versus Colorado, they're hitting 321 against him.
Interesting.
So
That's a pretty good sample size.
Yeah, and so Rodon hasn't been in his best form. Colorado's hit him well. So I do understand if you want to get away from him today. But he is the best pitcher on the slate, probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
Braves righty Kyle Wright going up against the A's today. He's 28% owned on DraftKings, 10% owned on FanDuel. Kind of like this play here. I see why people are interested. For one, because it's the A's who are bottom of the barrel, and I mean we've been talking about every day we talk about
you play the
whoever's
A's
pitching against the A's, right?
A's versus righty.
Yeah, so Wright has a 2.41 ERA, 193 opponent average. He's been really good. Last game held the D-backs to just 3 hits in 6 scoreless innings. Hey, the Braves back above 500, and Wright's pretty good. He's been showing us.
Wright is, and Oakland's second worst versus righty, striking out 24%. Wright, meanwhile, 2.94 FIP on the season, 27% K rate. So there's obvious upside here. It's a good play. Wright's been pretty well.
Yeah, he's been
we
pretty
don't
good.
need to go too far into it.
He has been striking out 24.4% of batters in the last 30 days. So I think there was a stretch when he was kind of questionable. Like he wasn't putting up good stuff. Maybe at the beginning of the year, but he's been doing well since. And he's actually earned over 52% of ground balls in that same 30-day time frame. So he's been feeling it.
He has been. No reason to go away from him.
How about Astros righty Justin Verlander going up against the Mariners today? 27% owned on DraftKings, 21% owned on FanDuel. Obviously, it's Justin Verlander, so there's obviously upside here. 2.23 ERA, which is actually up a little bit. 179 opponent average. I think I remember him starting out the season. It was hovering around a 1 ERA for the beginning of the season.
He got beat
another
up a couple
guy
times.
that's come back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah. And Verlander definitely isn't the Verlander of old that we know. One thing is his K rate's at 25%, which is down 8% from 2020, down 10% from 2019. I mean, he's 39 years old.
Yeah.
But he is still a very solid pitcher. 3.76 FIP on the season, 4.27 FIP over the last 5. So he has gotten beat up a little bit recently. Seattle's a hot offense and also top 5 versus righties. So there is a 23% combined K rate on this slate. And at his price and on this big of a slate, I don't know.
You going elsewhere?
He may not have the upside. He's solid, though.
And
He's
the last time
pitcher.
he faced the Mariners was 2 weeks ago, and that was the team that he got shelled by, gave
He
up
did get
4
shelled by
home
him,
runs,
Which
is
I mean,
his worst outing of the season.
It's Verlander. I wouldn't expect him to do that again.
Yeah.
Especially against the same team. He'll make some adjustments. He'll learn from his mistakes.
True.
But
yeah, he is a veteran after all. They figure it out. Let's take a look at some low-owned pitchers for today. Detroit Tigers lefty Tarek Skubal going up against the Pirates today. Now, he's 21% owned on DraftKings, 14% owned on FanDuel. And when you look at his numbers here, 2.15 ERA, 2.15 opponent average, Skubal's been pretty good. He's held teams scoreless in 4 of the last 5 games, so he's been solid. The Pirates, not solid from an offensive standpoint. They've been extremely anemic at the plate. So I love this matchup.
you gotta like Scoobs.
Gotta like the Scoobs. Let's go.
Scoobs, I can't believe he's still going under-owned. He has a FIP of 2, 27% K rate. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh's not good versus lefties. Bottom 10, 23% K rate. Scoobs also has great StatCast data. There's really no reason not to like him.
Yeah. I really like that play today. I was surprised it's not a little bit higher owned, but when you look at, Verlander and Rodon, I guess I could see it, but like you mentioned.
Yeah, but I mean, Scoobs is holding his own against all those guys this year so far.
Yeah, last time out against the Twins, he held them to just 2 hits and 7 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts. Hey, Twins can hit the ball, too. So it's not like he's doing this against the A's, for example. Let's talk about Pirates lefty Jose Quintana going up against the Tigers. So flip side of that matchup here, 2% owned on both DraftKings and FanDuel. Looking at his numbers, he's also been awesome. 2.32 ERA, probably one of the few bright spots on the Pirates team. He's got a 2.30 opponent average last outing, 2 earned runs, 7 hits, just 3 strikeouts though versus the Dodgers and 4 1/3. But when you look at his matchup, the Tigers, it's like a battle of anemic offenses today, it seems like.
Totally. And 2 decent pitchers. It's by far the lowest run total of the slate. But Quintana's been great. Detroit's a bottom tier offense. Strikeout 22.3% versus lefties. But it's more so Quintana, who's been great this season. 3.16 FIP, only a 20% K rate. But I mean, if he's able to get seven innings in and, 4 or 5 strikeouts and 1 or 2 runs.
Not a bad play at all.
At his price, he's in a great spot.
Yeah. Phillies lefty Ranger Suarez. Is he in a great spot going up against the Brewers? 2% owned, though, so you like those ownership numbers nice and low, so you can have a leverage play here. 4.69 ERA, 2.77 opponent average, so not numbers that jump out to you. Last outing against the Giants, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and 4 1/3. Not bad. He has been kind of inconsistent, though.
He has.
So,
and I know you don't like this play.
It's risky. Well,
it is risky.
The one thing that I did note was that you may have guys coming back. Hunter Renfroe and
Willie
Adames coming back today. So that was my only reservation.
The Brewers,
I trust you.
The Brewers are solid.
There's trust here.
I appreciate the trust. Brewers have been a solid offense. However, over the last 2 weeks versus lefties, they are the second worst offense and striking out 28.6% versus lefties. So I see upside here. It is a very risky play. Suarez hasn't been great. The other thing is on the year, the Brewers are still 3rd worst versus lefties with an 82 WRC plus and striking out almost 25%. Suarez, meanwhile, 3.6 FIP, 25% K rate over his last 5. And those last 5 against the Dodgers twice, the Giants, the Braves, and the Mariners. So he did well against some of the best offenses in our league.
Good point.
It is very risky, but he is going pretty much unowned, and there is some upside here.
Yes. When I questioned you, were like, I still see the path. So
there's a path, but it is extremely risky. I would say it's more of a super large field play kind of only, but I do like it. I like
to take risks here on the On Deck podcast. I see some nice risks there. All right, let's get to our stacks for today. See who we're going to go up against. High owned for today. A lot of people going with the Cubs, going up against Orioles righty Kyle Bradish, who we tend to go against.
Yes.
Quite often on this show. ERA over 6, that'll happen. 3.13 opponent average. Yep. Had a better outing, though, against the Mariners last game, but he did give up a home run still in that in 4 2/3. The game before that, you might remember, he just got absolutely destroyed by the Red Sox. 6 earned runs in 1 2/3. So I see the value here from the Cubs batter's perspective. Are you as well?
So one thing I will start off by saying here is we got a little different with the low-owned stuff, low-owned pitchers, and I do like both of the high-owned stacks.
Okay.
Cubs, everybody wants to pick on Bradish. We have picked on him nonstop on the On Deck podcast for good reason, though. 2.2 home runs per 9. He's allowing a 3.19 opponent average at home. He's actually been he's been worse at home, and he's been worse to righties. So he has reverse splits. He's been absolutely crushed by righties.
Yeah.
382 opponent average and 721 slugging while at home versus righties. And 7 of his 8 home runs given up also against righties. So the Cubs have a bunch of good righties. Cubs are in a good spot. There's no reason to really fade them.
All right. How about the Blue Jays going up against the Royals righty Brad Keller? Look at his numbers here. 4.15 ERA, 2.48 opponent average. He does have a better ERA at home and some better numbers at home. Last game, gave up 4 earned runs versus the Guardians. Just 1 strikeout for him in 6 innings pitched. With the Blue Jays doing well lately, I can see the upside there.
Yeah, and that's it. Toronto's just so hot right now, averaging over 6 runs a game over the last 10. They face Keller, who has a 4.44 FIP. He's only allowing 1 home run per 9, but as you mentioned, been better at home. For his career, he has a 3.48 ERA at home versus 4.49 away. Also, a 2.23 opponent average at home. The one kind of bright spot, though, for Toronto here is the BVP. 38 plate attempts. They're hitting 297 versus him. So they have hit him well. Toronto is hot. Just because Keller's a little bit better at home, I wouldn't really avoid it.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Because.
That's what I was thinking.
Toronto's good.
All right. And Kauffman Stadium's pretty good for hitters, aside from home runs. Let's take a look at our low-owned plays for today. Yankees going up against Twins righty Cole Sands. It was TBD. It looks like it's going to be Cole Sands, the rookie righty. Has a 7.88 ERA, 2.73 opponent average. Now, that's just 3 games of information here, but we're looking at a rookie who last game gave up 4 runs in 4 innings against the Tigers, who we talked about are not a great offense. So this could be a nice day for Yankees bats.
Yeah, so I looked, because I did see that Sands got blown up in the major league. So I was like, well, if he's getting that shelled, what were his minors numbers like? He has a career 3.03 ERA in the minors.
Okay.
However, this year he's been getting blown up in the minors also. 7.23 ERA over 4 starts in the minors. And then in his 8 innings pitched in the major leagues, he was allowing 2.3 home runs per 9. So it is just this year.
Yeah,
he has not hit his stride. Something's not going on. But now steps in the Yankees, who are just getting hot. They're averaging 5.8 runs in June. They're also getting healthy again. So you have pretty much the whole lineup back. And Sands has reverse splits. Righties have been crushing him. 386 batting average in the minors and 313 in the major leagues versus righties.
Yeah, and the Yankees are a team that crushes.
And they got a lot of righties.
Yeah. How about the Braves going up against the A's today? Like this play today, going up against lefty Cole Irvin, who's got a 2.96 ERA, 2.56 opponent average. What I also like about this is the weather is going to be about 82 degrees in Atlanta for this one.
And blowing out.
Nice. So nice hitter weather there.
Yes.
What do you like about it besides that?
Yeah, so Irving is allowing 43.5% fly balls, 31% hard contact. Atlanta hits lefties hard. They're top 5 offense against lefties. And Irving on his career has a 291 opponent average with a 5.2 ERA on the road. So he has been crushed on the road. We have good hitting weather in Atlanta. And all 5 of Irving's home runs came on the road this year.
Yeah. And Atlanta's getting hot right now. Remember last season
Absolutely.
They started the year kind of slow and then ended up starting to warm up kind of with the temperature.
Yeah. The other thing is that 21 plate attempts, super small sample size, but they're hitting 588 in 21 plate attempts. So I had to bring that up. That's just like too high of a number to not talk about. Now, possible bads.
Okay.
Possible Coors hangover. Braves were just in Coors.
Fair enough.
And then Irvin only allowing 1 home run per 9. So maybe not a ton of home runs. However, weather, winds all support the ball going out of the stadium today.
Counterpoint for you. Found this stat. Braves projected lineup has a 238 ISO and a WOBA of 380 against lefties in the last 30 days. And they'll have at least 7 righties in the lineup tonight.
Yep, sign me up.
And 2 lefties, including Michael Harris, who actually hit lefties pretty well to start his career.
It is also a good transition because I am all in on the Braves today.
You're all in on the Braves today.
Yep.
Tease ahead. Before we tease ahead, though, we have to tell everybody to check out LineStarApp.com. This is where we get all our information for our slate and who we pick for our high-owned and low-owned guys. So check it out, LineStarApp.com. Now to our home run calls for the day. We talked about those Braves and favorable matchup for them today. So are you going with an Atlanta Brave for today?
I am. We are going with the Ronald Acuna Jr. He's hitting 410 over the last week with a 227 ISO. We have warm weather, winds are blowing out, and all 5 of Irvin's home runs have come on the road this year. So I think Acuna's going yard.
I think tomorrow we're going to see a home run dance from you.
I don't know about the dance. The home run, count it.
All right, I'm going Yordan Alvarez. Little chalk with this one, but I couldn't resist because he's going up against Chris Flexen. And Yordan Alvarez yesterday, just a double shy of the cycle, might I add. He has had 2 home runs in the last week. In 10 at-bats versus Flexen, he has a 600 ISO with 2 home runs. Not only that, but when you look at Flexen, he has the 14th highest home run per 9 rate in baseball right now. And if he doesn't get to him, the Seattle bullpen ranks 23rd in ERA. So I'm really in on the lefty bat of Yordan Alvarez against righty Chris Flexen today.
Jose Altuve also just said that he is the best hitter he's ever played with.
Really?
Yes.
When you get an endorsement like that
from a solid player.
That's a good
as
well.
Yeah.
That's he's played with some good people.
He has.
So those are our home run calls for today. Now let's take a look at our prop bets for today. Where are you headed for your prop bet? Is it 2 for Tuesday today? Are we doing 2?
2 for Tuesday.
Let's go.
We're going 2, and I am all in on the Braves today. We're going Ronald Acuna Jr. over 1.5 bases at -110. He's hitting he's hitting 410 over the last week. He's 4 for 4 versus Irving. Irving doesn't do well on the road. With that, I am also going Matt Olson over 0.5 RBIs at +125. Olson has 11 RBIs and is hitting 300 in the last week, while Irvin on the road giving up a 291 opponent average and a 5.2 ERA. If you guys want to parlay that, it is +290.
Hot land is where it's at today, I think.
Yep.
Well, I'm actually going to my favorite player, the Judge, Aaron Judge. 0.5 RBIs. Yeah, that's at plus 105. So anything Aaron Judge plus money. Yeah, you got my attention. Judge is 6th in Major League Baseball in RBIs. So love this for him. Any plus money kind of line here. He's going up against Twins rookie righty Cole Sands, who's giving up a 313 average to righty bats. Yeah, you know Judge has some good numbers against righties. He's batting 358 against him. Give me that RBI prop. He'll probably be batting, I'm guessing, second today. So that's my prop for today. I also, because it's 2 for Tuesday, I'm going to give you another one. And it's a little bit more risky. I'm going Paul Goldschmidt over 1.5 bases. That's at minus 105. Now, I normally stay away from hitters at Tropicana Fields. But it's Paul Goldschmidt, okay? He's batting so well against lefties. 1474 OPS versus left-handed pitching. And he'll be facing the lefty Jeffrey Springs today, who's given up at least 2 home runs in the past 2 games. So maybe he has a bomb at the Trop. He's hit a home run there before, so I'm not scared about that.
Could happen.
That's minus 105 over 1.5 bases for Goldie.
I don't know why lefties even pitch.
I feel like every time I've picked Goldie for a prop, he's hit. So that's also my rationale.
Keep going to what works.
Right? Yep. Exactly. All right, so those are props for today. For more stats and analytics, as always, go to LineStarApp.com. Keep track with us on, especially with the home run calls. Retweet us, get a nice prize.
Yeah, we like prizes.
We like prizes. We're also coming out this week just telling you what's going on the LineStar front. We've got some videos coming out with NFL. Yeah. Going to be previewing several of the divisions. I know. Geez, fantasy football season right around the corner, man. You got to do your research, know where you're headed. You know, we don't want any losers in fantasy football like Tommy Pham.
No, we don't.
All right.
We don't want Tommy Phams around here.
That's going to do it for us today. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Have a good one. Bye.